boys and girls, put your hands together.
Hello? Hello, I have no idea if this is working. I haven't streamed in eons. If you want to call it eons. It's still not showing up for me. Wait, is it? I don't know if I'm live. I haven't gone live in ages. Oh, that's an ad. Wait. Say hi in chat if I'm live, because I have no idea if I'm live. Guys, please. Okay, I think I'm live. I don't know though. Wait, I'm gonna let my second monitor quickly show me. When I see proof that I'm live, then I will begin reacting. Oh, we're live, and we're still in the same shitty webcam from the time I was live like a year ago, almost a year ago. Jesus Christ! I'm getting a new webcam soon though, so more live streams soon. But okay, today we're gonna be reacting to the game theory video, which I didn't even know was coming out, and it came out the exact same time as my video. So I know I'm live blurry. I need a new webcam. I'll get a new webcam, trust me. But okay. Videos here. I'm very small. Wait, okay, let me fix this. Oh god. Device default, I think that. Oh, there we go, we're a bit. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay. Let's watch this and see, the title intrigues me. You're going to hate this. And it starts on the couch, and when it starts on the couch, that should be a serious video, but who knows? Okay, let me just wait. Can you hear the audio?
Testing.
Can you hear the audio fine? I don't know if it's. Tell me if you can hear the audio, and then I will start watching. Because I don't want to react to the whole thing and then turns out the audio was never on. Your webcam. I know I'm getting a new webcam. How long would it be? I don't know, like however long it takes for me to react, I guess. Plus what? Okay, you can hear it. Okay, let's begin. I don't know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say something dumb.
Testing. Oh boy, you're not gonna like this one, but I think
Wait, I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit.
we're right.
Okay.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that started so many flame wars, you'd think we were a pizza
It
place.
actually
So
did.
right now I'm in the middle.
The last theory got flamed on by Reddit, Twitter, everyone. It just flamed it.
Of re-examining every piece of FNAF lore the series has ever produced in order to construct a definitive timeline for the series.
Oh, he's doing a FNAF timeline. Ooh, I hope the Reddit and the Reddit is gonna shit on him if it's bad. I don't know. Maybe he's actually done a good job. Maybe he's found things we haven't found yet. But
definitive
oh
as
god,
possible
last time
for the
was
series,
a bit
considering, it's FNAF. That means that me and Tom and head editor Dan are combing over every misleading teaser, every line of new website source code, every page of the novels and their accompanying graphic novels, and every questionable skin from...
The graphic novels are drawn by people, like, I don't think the people who are given the graphic novels are actually given, like, do add this detail for lore relevance. So I wouldn't use that as evidence, but
From FNAF AR, from Big Chungus Springtrap to Statue of Liberty Chica. Because nothing says America quite like rebranding a national monument with a giant toga-wearing murder chicken chilling for pizza. And our forefathers wept. Anyway, since this is an absolutely massive quest, we've broken the timeline down into 3 core chunks. Foundations of Freddy's, the Afton era, and post-Purple Guy. Basically everything that happens. Foundations of Freddy's, the Afton era, and
post-Purple Guy. So this is before, I'm assuming this is going to be like before the story, during the story, and then after the main story, like the VR
purple guy. Basically,
but that
everything
makes
that
sense.
happens post-Springtrap
okay.
will be torched in FNAF 6. And while that timeline theory is still in the works, we've already made some
Interesting.
discoveries. Some big and some small. And it's one of the bigger ones that brings us here today. You see, as we were rewatching all the cutscenes from FNAF 6, we heard this line from the completion ending of the game.
Thank you for your participation. There is no need for you to return to work next week, as Fazbear Entertainment is no longer a corporate entity.
Oh sure, everyone remembers the whole
true.
keep the devil waiting bit
weird.
during that ending, but all of us tend to forget what comes after the fire. An acknowledgement that Fazbear Entertainment is no longer a
that's
corporate
weird,
entity.
'cause they
when
are
Henry
still
dies
a
in that fire,
corporate
the game
entity.
makes it clear that the company dies with him. But that doesn't make any sense knowing what we know now. In FNAF
Yeah,
VR,
exactly. It doesn't
AR,
actually
and
happen.
Security Breach, Fazbear Entertainment
have
is
that up.
alive and still very much running. In fact,
Didn't
the company
think about
seems
that.
stronger
That's-
than ever,
okay.
building a giant mega pizzaplex that towers over anything the company's ever done before. So what gives? A dissolved company can't be going around making
Where
new
is this
games, and
going?
they
I
certainly
can't
aren't
tell where
building
this is
new
going.
80s-inspired animatronics, are they? All of it seems to imply that someone restarted the company between FNAF 6 and FNAF VR. And it was that single, simple observation, my friends, that led us down a rabbit hole I believe may have solved another core part of Security Breach's endless
This has hooked me.
story. First, we wanted
But
to
I can't
prove
tell
to
where it's
ourselves that
going.
this corporate restart was a real thing. Throughout the core
so
gameplay of
curious.
FNAF 6, if you buy and display animatronics with a high liability rating, you get a chance to experience a fun little mechanic known as being sued. You go through these lawsuits and decide whether to pay a lawyer to fight for you or just pay the listed amount to settle the case. It's a fun, quirky gameplay mechanic that fits with the humor of the franchise. However, there's a detail within these lawsuits that's important. If you take a look at the names at the top of each lawsuit, you'll see that the defendant is listed as Fazbear Entertainment
that's
Inc.
the
Those last
company.
three letters are important. That I and C there means that Fazbear is an incorporated company. It means that Fazbear Entertainment has shareholders, people that own stocks within the company. There are also two different types of corporations, S-Corps, which tend to be smaller, and C-Corps, which tend to be bigger. Trust me, you don't really want to know any of that, nor do you need to know any of it for this theory. I just bring it up because it's
I'm not a
knowledge that
businessman.
Steph and I have
No idea what
accumulated
any of
over the
that
last
means.
decade of doing this work as business owners, and
Besides
I just
ink,
wanted
of
it to be
course.
validated at some point in my life. Anyway, useless business information aside, as we hear at the end of FNAF 6, Fazbear Entertainment Inc. has been dissolved.
Fazbear Entertainment is no longer a corporate entity.
We can assume that Henry, in his final act before sacrificing his life,
Is he gonna
dissolved
say,
any
like-
and all ownership remaining in the company, so it would die with him, which is why
Usually with
it's
these series, you
so
can tell where
weird
they're
that
going
suddenly
by
it's
the
back.
beginning,
And not
but-
just back, but back in a completely new form. In Security Breach, if you check out the Balloon Boy arcade cabinet above the daycare, on the title screen you'll find that the copyright is
I'm looking at
now
chat,
owned
by the
by
way,
a
when I'm doing
brand
that.
new company, Fazbear Entertainment LLC. Again, those last three
Okay.
letters there are important. They stand
Yeah,
for
this is
limited
stuff I've
liability
never
company.
even
Basically, it means that the owners of the business
realized.
aren't shareholders, but rather one or a small group of individuals that can't be held responsible for the debts of the business. For instance, if the Fazbear business took out a small loan of $1 million but couldn't pay it back, the banks couldn't then approach Henry or William's personal money demanding repayment. LLC members also aren't usually responsible for the co-owner's negligence or wrongdoing, which again, knowing the history of this company is probably gonna be a better business arrangement. Most importantly of all though, LLCs tend to be smaller, held by one or a few individuals
'Cause I
rather
don't know
than a
anything
collection of
about law,
shareholders.
so this
And
is
this actually explains
new
a
information
lot.
to me.
If you go for the Afton ending of Security Breach, you go down the elevator only to discover the FNAF 6 pizzeria underneath the whole thing. Try explaining that decision to your shareholders. We're just gonna build our new mall on top of that old burnt
That
down
is true. I don't
pizzeria
know
that'll
why
break
they
into the big
decided
box.
to do
Or the
that.
fact that we get messages on the Faz Watch from building contractors concerned about building a giant mall over the equivalent of a sinkhole. Again, this doesn't feel like something you'd be able to do if the company had shareholders, but if the business is owned by a single individual, they could essentially do whatever they wanted. They don't have to answer to anyone. In short, there is strong evidence to suggest that someone has restarted the Fazbear
Who is the
brand
someone,
under
though?
this
That's
new
the question.
corporate entity. But who would do that? Why would they do that?
He's-
Was I just
I bet
chasing
you
down a
he's
lead
gonna
that
say
didn't
that
matter?
Sammy
No, 'cause I wasn't
exists in the
only one
games.
asking the question. In December of 2021, this
Like
book
Sammy
was
Henry's
released, the FNAF
old son.
Ultimate Guide. Basically, your
old son.
one-stop
Sonny
shop
in
for
the
anything
novels.
important to the franchise, written by the man himself, Scott Cawthon, and only Scott Cawthon. This thing
True.
is robust. It contains every scrap of dialogue,
He is the
every
only
game
author
mechanic, a summary of every
mentioned
Fazbear fright,
in the
and a description for practically every one of the nearly 150 characters introduced into the franchise. If it ain't in here, it probably ain't worth your brain space. And if the book explicitly calls something out, well, it's probably gonna be worth a look. And wouldn't you know it, but in the FNAF AR description of the glitch trap virus, we get this quote. The cease work order from the Fazbear Entertainment Office of Legal Affairs seems to indicate that the company at some point becomes aware of the problem and tries to stop it. That leaves one question. Just who is running the company? And it was here that I knew that I was onto something. The fact that the ultimate guide...
I think I read that before, but I don't think I actually decided to look into it, because I don't think there's an answer. Well, I mean, that's what this video is about, but I didn't think there was an answer. I just thought it was just some random guy, or maybe I'm pretty sure my own little like headcanon was that it was what's his name? I don't know the name. The hand unit, whoever hand unit the voices. I think that was my theory, that he was owning the company and he was at the top of it all, but
pointed out made me realize that this is absolutely something that we need to be solving. The clues are in place for us. It was now time for us to put it all back together. So let's figure out who's running the show over at the new improved Fazbear Entertainment LLC, shall we? Well, let's consider what exactly that person is doing. First and foremost, they're building a brand new location over the remains of the old FNAF 6 location. That right there is a huge red flag. Why not just bulldoze the whole thing and build a new one? Unless, of course, they know what's down there. Because remember, underneath it all lies the heart and soul of this franchise, Afton. They are choosing to build their new location on top of his literal gravesite. The head of this new Fazbear Entertainment LLC wants access to him, and as we see at the end of the game, it seems like their goal is to bring him back to his former glory. But just having access to Afton's body isn't enough. This person wants more. We know that the head of Fazbear Entertainment LLC has been actively taking an interest in Vanessa becoming head of security, despite her having no qualifications for the position. We know this based on in-game messages. Quote, interview notes. As requested, here are my notes on today's Chief Security Officer interview. While Vanessa seemed eager and bright, she doesn't appear to have any relevant background experience.
I'm glad he's not saying that it is Vanessa who is running the company, because that would be
run security for a facility of this scale. I do not recommend her for this position. Based on this email, Vanessa should have never gotten the position, but note that it's marked for deletion. Someone wanted to hide the poor interview performance. Someone at the top. In yet another email, we see this. Quote again, new hire summary, head security guard, no prior qualifications, internal reference, name withheld. The person putting Vanessa forward for the job is trying to stay anonymous. But hold on, why would someone want to hire Vanessa despite her limited experience? Well, the only really special thing about her is that she's possessed. I'm
scared who he's gonna say it is.
So if someone's trying to bring Afton back, preserving his body underneath the Pizzaplex, it makes sense to get someone into the Pizzaplex who houses the only other part of Afton that remains.
How did they know that,
consciousness in the form of the glitch trap virus. But who would possibly want to bring a
serial
serial killer back
was the
to life?
only one
think about what this person has done. They've restarted an entire company. They've hired third parties to scan old circuit boards. They've rebranded the franchise, built a mall, and then doctored emails to hire someone, all in an effort to resurrect Afton. Who would do that? Who would go to that level of extreme? Can't be Vanessa. She can't hire herself. Can't be Michael. He's always trying to get rid of Afton. Can't be Henry. He dissolved the company in the first place. Can't be Gregory because he's trying to destroy the animatronics. But there is someone it can be.
I will make you proud, Daddy.
The only person who would be that motivated to bring Afton back to life. The one person that through all of the games they've appeared in has been on Afton's side wanting to keep his vision alive.
Elizabeth.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I submit to you that Elizabeth Afton
but
is the one in control of the new
dead.
Fazbear Entertainment LLC. I guess you could call her the boss baby. I will now pause and give you a chance to write your collective groans, frustrations, and general vitriol down in the comments. While you're doing that, let me quickly remind you that right above that fiery comment section is our merch shelf, where it's your last chance to pre-order our new ARG jacket.
I'm sorry, Game Theory, but I'm very curious about this.
Doubt of an venting in the comments. Told you this one would make you mad. Let's see what you wrote. And yes, I'm doing this from the past. But Elizabeth is dead. Baby's eyes are blacked out in the blob. She died in FNAF
30 years
6.
ago.
Yep, all of those are perfectly valid. I know it sounds insane.
That.
Believe me. No one recognizes that more than me. But I ask you, when has any character that's meant to be dead in this franchise ever stayed dead? Let's just look at the facts, shall we?
The missing children,
they're dead. They stayed dead. All the similarities between Elizabeth Afton and Vanessa. They both like flowers. They both have an abusive and manipulative father named William A. And of course, there's the blonde hair and green eyes. However, we've never been able to actually figure out how these two characters are connected beyond them just being similar. Could it just be another instance of this franchise doing what I like to call pulling a Jeremy scare me. That's using the same detail multiple times just to confuse us. But you see, there's
is
a bit
so
more that's suspicious about Vanessa. There's one thing that me and every other theorist out there has been scared to tackle in this game, and it's this: Security Breach's fire escape ending. In it, Glamrock Freddy eats Vanny off the top of a burning pizzaplex, sending both of them to their death. Gregory pulls off the Vanny mask to reveal that it was Vanessa the whole time. A twist that surprised literally no one. Except after the credits, we pan up to the roof to see security guard Vanessa.
Yeah, I never knew what it was. I'm pretty sure I said in the hour-long timeline video, I'm pretty sure I said that I thought it was like a ghost, or like a not a hallucination, but like her watching the aftermath of what she did, blah 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 blah. But I've never, besides that, I've never put too much thought into it because I just don't want to think, like, what is this? You don't know what it is.
Down
it's just so confusing.
Around her. Excuse me, what? Two? Vanessa?
Yeah, because she's down there and then she's up there as well.
Waved this away. It must be a hallucination. Maybe it's her spirit still trapped in the pizzaplex. Or maybe, just maybe, Vanny and Vanessa have always been two separate individuals. Two twin
Haven't we already
Hold on.
think about
Security
that?
Breach Fury's Rage, we get VR sisters.
Like
That's one of
Asian.
the bosses in Fury's Rage. And I think it could be possible that one of the sisters, maybe Vanessa, went to go save her other sister after being taken over by Glitch Trap.
Recently, a new theorist has entered the ring with some pretty interesting things to say about Security Breach. John
It
from
has.
the YouTube channel FNAF. And while I was busy coining
Bloody
the catchphrase
good videos.
Music Man, he was busy in his corner preaching the
Solving-
gospel of the VR sisters.
Yeah,
Remember
I
that?
did hear
Of
about
course
it.
you don't. Why would you? So let me refresh your memory. In case you've forgotten, Security Breach got delayed a lot.
Wait,
I mean,
I forgot
a lot.
Chat's-
And at one point, Scott Cawthon, worried that the fan base would be upset about the repeated delays, decided to release a short little meme game to tide us all over. A beat-em-up title called Fury's Rage.
The fan base, when they find out that I have to delay the game
I
again,
love this intro. It was so funny.
kill me. What am I gonna do? I know. I'll make a game for them.
4 straightforward levels with a secret boss at the end, punching through waves of the franchise's most forgettable enemies: Freddy Frostbear, Clown, Springtrap, Radioactive Foxy, El Chip. And the rest of the enemies are just variations of Chica, the Puppet, Mangle, Baby.
Yeah,
As for the bosses,
I
most of them are
didn't even
jokes.
think
Sure,
of
you've got
what they were.
Vanny, but there's also Mega
except the
Brow,
low
which is
one.
just Brow Boy
The
from
final
FNAF.
one on the
There's
right.
Soul Brawler.
There's like a
reference to one
box
of
and
Scott's
keys
earlier
and
game
all that
characters,
stuff.
Soul Dozer. And the secret final boss of the game, Dreamgeist. Basically a giant troll about fan theories. And yet, in this game full of memes and tongue-in-cheek references, there's one set of characters that don't quite fit. The
VR
first level's
sisters.
boss, the VR sisters. They're the only truly original characters for this game. Literally everyone else you can point to and understand what the reference is. Now that is weird. Why would Scott put the time and effort into designing them, coming up with a name, and purposely putting them in there for us to look at if they weren't important in some way? With Vanessa being taken over by the Glitch Trap virus in FNAF VR, makes sense for this to be in relation to her in some way. She's a VR sister. And then her having a twin sister would explain why there could be a second Vanessa at the top of a burning
but how
building
does
during the
that
ending.
make
What is it
it
that John's been saying
Elizabeth?
lately in his theory vids?
That-
Need more proof?
Yeah, I do. You probably do too. Luckily, I have it for you.
I need
Once
proof
you get
that
to
it's
level 4 of
Elizabeth,
Fury's
not
Rage, you find
necessarily
yourself
that
in some
it's
sort of
two
factory surrounded
Vanessas,
by
but-
conveyor belts and magnets holding up humanoid robot torsos. In the end, you fight Vanny and the game ends. But wait, before you get to the boss battle, there's one very crucial detail in the level that everyone...
if Elizabeth, Vanessa, whatever you say, if she owns everything, right? And why wouldn't she open them all in the first place? Why wouldn't she just like go down, get what she needs, power up, burn trap, whatever she wanted to do? Why would she go through the effort of making like an entire mall with all this sort of stuff and need all this money when she just, if she's the owner of it and is able to build over it, why doesn't she just build like a I don't know, like it's a small restaurant or something like that? I don't understand how that
Overlooked, an
works.
orange pod with a female figure sitting inside. I've seen
Looks
enough
like
sci-fi to know
Eleanor.
that right there is a birthing pod, and the figure inside looks an awful lot like Baby from the Fourth Closet graphic novel.
yeah,
That's
or-
right, friendos. It's time once again for everyone's favorite segment. Matt Pat uses the lore of multiple FNAF books to explain parts of the game that make no sense. In the Fourth Closet, Baby's origins take a weird turn. She's actually a robot built by Henry to help replace his daughter Charlie after her death. You see, Henry creates a robot for each stage of his daughter's life: toddler, child, teenager, and finally adult. In his mind, this would allow her to grow up with everyone else around her. And this gave us our first confirmed instance of robot kids being a thing inside of the series. Robots that are capable of bleeding, eating, feeling cold. And here's the weirdest twist of them all. Baby is the final adult form of Charlie, which, let's just say I have some strong feelings about.
People hate when I talk about the books. The books tell you the rough guidelines or rough rules of the universe.
Well, let's
When you
talk
read
about
the
this.
book, and there's this repeated thing of creators building
My upload
robot
just
kids.
then
Okay,
wasn't
well,
about
apparently that's fair game. And then to take it one insane logical step further and say, not only are they building robotic versions of kids, but multiple versions of robotic
that can
kids at
bleed,
different
which is
ages,
just so
I would say you are insane. That's so stupid. It is a weird thing for them to do, and it
The fact that they can
challenges
create, like,
realism to such an
one-to-one.
absurd degree. Yeah.
Like,
That
to
you're like,
humans
yeah, and no
robots.
one's noticing
That's-
that this person that they're interacting with and that bleeds. Again, because they bleed in the books, that bleeds, no one is noticing that this person doesn't age, but is still also eating in order to survive, but is also like perfectly passable as a human in every other way, shape, and form. That's crazy. And then the books layer on, and it's also Baby, who is a robot clown. And you're like, that's so stupid. I feel like no wonder people think that the theories that we produce are insane, because it is, but we're just telling you what the books say.
Welcome to the books, I guess. What's also interesting is that in the books, it's clear that previous versions of the robot humans don't have to stop working or die in order for newer, more grown-up models to activate. Both teenage Charlie and adult Charlie, aka Baby, are walking around, totally sentient with their own goals and motivations. One wanting to live a normal life, completely unaware that she's a robot, and the other looking to kill children in service of William Afton, bitter because she's a robot.
Yeah,
Sounds a lot like the
I don't know. Bringing Elizabeth back, it's like, at this point, which main character is dead? Because people are trying to say William's back. Well, William is back. Michael, people are saying, is in Glamrock Freddy. Fucking Henry, people are saying, is in the Blob. Crying Child, they're saying, is Gregory. Vanessa is Elizabeth. Why are they alive? Why can't we have new characters and actually, like, maybe grow the story and progress past the FNAF 1 to Ultimate Custom Night era? Because I personally think they should have capped that era and then just started with new characters, new everything. VR started like that. We had a brand new character, Tape Girl. We had brand new characters, Jeremy, whole employees, and all that sort of stuff. And then they bring William back, which they were kind of doing as like its own completely separate thing. And then Security Breach happened. Yeah, I'm just
relationship between a certain young security guard and her twin
need to stay
sister
dead
murder
for once.
rabbit. Now, while we have no evidence to really support Charlie being rebuilt in the game lore like she was in the books, it does seem
Yeah,
like
there's
Elizabeth may
not
have
much
multiple
evidence for that.
sisters of herself running around. In the words of John, who first proposed this one a year ago,
It could be very well possible that once
Okay, if Elizabeth was rebuilt multiple times and there's like a shit ton of Elizabeths, why wait? Who activated it? Because unless you're saying that Elizabeth was the robot Elizabeth, Vanessa, blah blah blah, was active since before William died, and then for the next like 40 years was just there, and then suddenly comes back in Security Breach. I don't know. It's just that's what I'm questioning right now, is how is the time span of this specific Elizabeth bot just existing? What has she been doing for the past 50 years? Who activated her? Because, you know, William didn't have much time to do all this while he was in a bloody Springlock suit. So it's just that the timeline of this is a bit questionable to me. I'm not sure about
Elizabeth
that.
died, William Afton not too soon after rebuilt her and built different ages of her throughout the years, just like we see in the books, in robot form. So that could be VR sisters, two different versions of the same person.
you know what? I think he's right. At the time, we didn't have the evidence, but now, I think he was ahead of his time. Move over, Gregory! There's a new robot human in town, and her name is Elizabeth Afton. And Vanessa. And Vanny. And probably the head of Fazbear Entertainment LLC, too. All iterations of the same person from different life stages. All Elizabeth Afton. some aware of who they really are and some not. And one of those versions is Ruin DLC Girl. In some of Security Breach's cut dialogue, there are laugh lines that are definitely feminine, but also some that clearly mix in a young girlish tone. Hear that last one? Clearly, there's a childish girl laugh with a bit of a British accent mixed in there.
The first one
exactly
sounded like
the
an
voice
adult.
of Elizabeth from Sister Location. Sites like the Cutting Room Floor attribute these as cut Vanny lines, which makes sense considering that there aren't many human females in the game, but that laugh seems awfully young for Vanessa, or Vanny.
It does.
And that's not all. Going back to Fury's Rage, notice the shoes on the VR sisters, specifically the cool purple sneakers. I could have sworn that they had matched the design of the blonde girl's light-up sneakers in the Ruin DLC poster. Upon closer inspection, yeah, it was close, but not strong enough of a match for me to call it out in a theory. Dead end, right? No. Notice the two colors on those shoes, red and purple. Very specific shades of red and purple. And what's the coloring of our two VR sisters? Red and purple. Seems that maybe, just maybe, this blonde girl is also part of the Elizabeth sisters. So that would actually give us our 4 closets. Baby, the original, young girl Elizabeth in the Ruin DLC, Vanessa, the 23-year-old security guard according to the FNAF AR emails, and Vanny, who, you know, just might be slightly older. Her being a robot would also explain how she survived a massive fall from the top of a pizzaplex without being totally disfigured. Personally, I think this would actually be a pretty cool idea.
I honestly thought she didn't get just completely beaten up because, you know, children play that game and they probably didn't want to show, like, they didn't even show blood in, what am I thinking of? I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but yeah, I just thought they didn't show the blood in that because of just it's a kid's game and they don't want to make the rating too high and they want everyone to be able to play. That's just what I thought.
Versions of Elizabeth come together. This child, Vanny, Vanessa, maybe even the original baby would show up to complete the tribe of robot Elizabeths. But doesn't all of this disprove my initial theory? If Vanny is the adult version of Elizabeth, then doesn't that mean we're out of Elizabeths to run Fazbear Entertainment LLC? We've filled all 4 of our closets. Well, not quite. Because when you get to the Entertainment LLC, we've filled all 4 of our
Okay, wait. So he's saying closet 1 is baby, original. Sorry.
Well, not
I had a thought,
because when you get to the very
something.
end of that final book, Charlie's love interest John stands by Charlie's grave after all the other known versions of her have died.
there's
He
a
looks
fifth
up
one.
and sees none other than yet another slightly older version of Charlie standing in front of him. I kind of
she
just
slightly
wrote this
older?
off initially as a cute ending, but in the
Whatever,
wake
it
of
is-
what we've been
I'm sure
talking
it
about this whole time, it reveals that there were never just 4 closets. There were
was
never just 4 versions of Charlie. There were
Although
more,
there was
potentially an
4
infinite number
wasn't
of
there
them, which honestly makes
I'm pretty sure there was 4 closets and it was just never explained where the 5th one was. Like, I remember there being the 4, like the actual look and the description, like in the graphic novels, the look and then the description in the books of there being just 4. I remember seeing that. But I don't remember.
Makes sense. Can't have a 20-something-year-old Charlie looking 20 forever. She too
Like the
would
4
need to
were
age
next
up
to
look
each
like a
other
woman in her
directly.
30s, her 40s, her 50s. This idea is also shown in Fury's Rage. While the VR sisters are the first bosses, after you defeat them, they become regular enemies during the 3rd level. There are dozens of them that come out to attack you, one after the other after the other. New ones being built to achieve
Which
their
would
purpose.
solidify
Other bosses
that.
don't do that in the game. And in Stage 4, those humanoid robot torsos hanging from the ceiling, they look a little bit more on the feminine side to me. Robot women being built by
Whoa, the chat's going wild. Hide that user from the channel, please. Chat, it's okay. I'm gonna ignore that.
ready to replace the ones that we destroy, be they VR sisters or
Okay.
security guards or murderous rabbits. And at the top of the food chain is an older, wiser, more vengeful version
Running
of Elizabeth
the
pulling the strings, looking to bring her family of robots all back together to the same place.
Okay, if she's running the company, why would Vanessa and Vanny as 2 different Elizabeths need to go through all this trouble just to get what they need by like the after ending? That's the part I don't understand, is why do they need to build a whole bloody mall just for burn trap and stuff? That to me seems more like just the business, just some random new business characters just trying to, you know, keep the Fazbear Entertainment hype going.
Nice.
But
I suppose you could say that makes the Pizzaplex the true sister location. But hey, say all you want about Elizabeth's business practices, you gotta admit, she knows how to dress up a joint.
And
I've
so
always
do you
loved
if
how
you
the
get
Pizzaplex
the
looks.
game
That 80s
theory-
neon style just hits the
yeah.
up your
Get the
pizza chain restaurants that you
44%
want, or
this-
have plenty of money
There
left
you go,
over in your
that's
pockets
actually-
to rebuild any failing pizza chain restaurants that you want.
Okay, yeah, okay. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. This upsets me. I don't. I don't know about this one. This is a bit. I don't know. I think honestly, the VR sisters, there has to be something more there. I do agree that it's like there has to be something more with the VR sisters. That's for sure. That's for sure. There has to be something with the VR sisters. But I don't think it's Elizabeth Afton, and I hope it's not. I hope it's not. And I've even said that about Gregory. If Gregory's a robot, I'd prefer Gregory being a robot that's just a robot than being crying child robot. Because at this point that he's saying there's a crying child robot, an Elizabeth robot. FNAF is saying that patient 46 is a Charlie robot. So there are 3 kids who have like a shit ton of versions of themselves. That's I don't know. I don't know why these characters can't, like, why can't Vanessa and Vanny be just new people? And someone else discovered that you can make robot people or something like that. I don't know. This theory was, yeah. Now backrooms. Oh, I love the Kane Pixels backrooms. They're perfect. It's so good. I'm waiting for, when is his next upload? It's been so long. 2 months. Oh, wait, what? Oh, production now resuming. Okay. Yeah, because I heard he's doing like college and stuff. Okay, production. Okay, I can't wait for the next one. The next one's gonna be good. But anyways, back to FNAF. I don't know. What are people saying? If I can actually see what people are saying. You know? What are you guys saying? Get this. But if Burn Trap ending is canon, that leads into ruin, then why are there 4 endings? I've always felt like they did the multiple endings so then they can see which one is received the best and then base the DLC and whatever's in the future on that specific ending, the ending that does the best. But I don't know as well, because I think they knew that Burn Trap was going to be like the most well received one, because it's like, oh my god, William's back, oh my god, this and that. Yeah, I don't know why they did so many endings, because yeah, now it's like which one's real, which one's not, which you'd assume it's the Burn Trap ending simply because it's CGI and not CGI, animated and all that sort of stuff. It seemed like the extra effort was put into that one, so, you know, but I don't know. I feel like most of these are just bot comments, honestly. How many times has MatPat made it? Well, I can't talk, honestly. Yeah. What was the point of FNAF? Yeah, that's the thing with all these things, with all these characters and people coming back. It is getting to the point where it's like, well, what was the point of the FNAF 6 ending? Like, that seemed like the end of all of these characters. The end of FNAF is FNAF 6 ending. They're all burned, everyone's free. And then obviously, Ultimate Custom Night was just a little like, here's what happens to William though. And that's that. That's that. And then now that everyone's coming back for some reason, it does kind of make the FNAF 6 ending feel less powerful, you know? Like it just feels less, you know, because at the moment when the FNAF 6 fire happened, everyone was like, holy shit, this is amazing. And it's like, it really was powerful. It was like the end of everything, and now it's just not the end of anything. Because at this point, besides Molten Freddy, I think everyone else in that ending has just continued on anyway. Well, according to these theories. So, who knows? Who knows? It kind of makes it like what's real, what's not. Yeah. FNAF's getting more confusing. The thing is, well, I don't know what to do now because, what do you call it? Where does he talk about? Somewhere here. He talks about doing, he's making a definitive FNAF timeline thing. And the thing is, I'll be honest, my next unsolved mystery video was going to be, is the timeline solvable? And I was going to go through it in like a whole new way. But now I've seen this, I'm not sure if I should just do a different idea, because I have other unsolved mysteries ideas. So it's just whether if I just, you know, push that back, see what he comes up with. Because he's claiming he's found a lot of details, but I don't know. Henry just gave a cold line that William's going to burn in Hager. Yeah, but now William's just there anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I might... Well, because the thing is, what I know he does is, I don't think it's going to be doing back-to-back FNAF theories. He hasn't done that in ages. Like, it's like FNAF... Well, yeah, this doesn't count. FNAF, a bunch of random stuff. FNAF, a bunch of random stuff. FNAF, a bunch of random stuff. FNAF, a couple random stuff. FNAF. There's probably going to be a couple random stuff, and then the timeline. So the thing, and these are weekly, so I'll do it, because next week, it'll come out, my video will come out like next week, or the year, jeez, what am I thinking? Next week or the week after, and then I'll just, yeah. So as long as he doesn't release his timeline video next week, I think I'll be fine. It'll be fine. Because that will be, you know, it won't be good for me at all, because everyone will go to his video, blah blah blah, because that's just how it works. But yeah, okay, I'll do is the timeline solvable next week? Then that sounds like a plan. I'm glad that William returned, but I want the rest. I thought the way they were originally dealing with William, by like having him just a virus from his animatronic suit, blah blah blah. Wait, yeah, that's... Wait, how does that work? How does that work? Because Glitch Trap is the scanned code of... Was it Spring Scrap Trap suit, right? Or was that... I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Glitch Trap was the scanned version of that. So then they already had his body. Well, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Like, what happened to the where is William's actual FNAF 6 body? Because they scanned the code. What did they scan? Because it wouldn't have been... Was it the game code? Like the indie game developer game? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work either. Because then it's not actually William back. I'm realizing they had the body, so why did Vanessa need to go underground in the FNAF 6 location if they already had the body, because they scanned the body for Glitch Trap and all of this to happen? So, I didn't even think about that. How does it work? Tape girl. Yeah, FNAF scripts. I don't know if this will be. Okay. Scanned. Okay, try and add. Scan. Told us to scan it. Wait, okay, what was this? They sent us stuff with no explanation, told us to scan it. Oh, it was a bunch of things. Old circuit boards, things like that, looked pretty old. So that implies that it was like that would imply that it was Scrap Trap's body code, whatever that means. It was that because it was old, it was just circuit board stuff like that. From the animatronic, they scanned it, glitch trap happened. So they had the body, they found it, they scanned it, blah blah blah. Glitch trap happened. They just did what with the body then? Did they chuck it back down there for Vanessa to then go find? Like that's because why is Vanessa Vanni, whatever it is, down there? Why would she be down in the FNAF 6 location if they already have the body? I think I've just thought of a theory idea while I'm live. Let me get my sticky notes up and add that to the list, which is here. Springtrap. Unsolved mystery of Springtrap. Why is the body... They had the body to get Springtrap. So why is the body plus Vanessa down back in the FNAF 6 location again? Okay, that's another theory I would do. Springtrap's always been a bloody weird one because Springtrap, Scrap Trap. Because Scott said before, Springtrap and Scrap Trap have a different design for a lore reason. I think the lore reason is because illusion discs or whatever. What was it? I know what I'm talking about, but you guys don't. I'm trying to remember now, because there was something in the books that you can use either a combination of remnant and illusion discs to reform your body. I think that was it. That's how Baby goes from looking like a normal passable human and then being able to reform and transform into Baby without like transferring consciousness or whatever, just literally just becoming Baby, which is what I think happened with Springtrap. Just became Scrap Trap because the thing, I don't know, maybe the thing was broken or who knows, because now he's lost an arm, more exposed, blah blah blah. But then why Burn Trap? Why does Burn Trap look even more different? With both arms. And with like people who say like Glamrock Bonnie's endo was used, blah blah blah. You have to sort of stop and think, so does that mean that Vanessa or Vanni, whatever it is, put William's skull on the endoskeleton and then wrapped his why can't I think of the word? Wrapped his like organs and stuff around the endoskeleton? Like the design, I'm pretty sure the designs they always have a reason. Scott has said, especially Springtrap and Scraptrap have a reason. So what is Burntrap's reason of having 2 hands, 1 foot, one robot foot, and then organs? Oh wait, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize my face cam's covering it. Oh, I'm sorry, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. Now you guys can see what I'm talking about. How does that work? That makes no sense. Because if it is the illusion remnant thing, why would Springtrap then lose an arm just to regain it again? Which would imply that it's a different it would imply it's a different endoskeleton. But then how is Springtrap then in that? And then, because even if it is like, let's just say, Scraptrap done, dead, blah blah blah. Vanessa found the Bonnie's endoskeleton and then used that to put Glitchtrap into. So William has a body. My question is about the organs and the stuff, like the real human in Burntrap. Because then that would imply that it's the original. Because that implies that someone real is there. That's someone's real skull, real organs, real everything. Which makes no sense. That makes no sense. And yeah, the ears. The ears as well. He has 1.5, and then he has half, and then he has, like, is that a half or a full? That's half and full again. How does that work? How does this work? Because this has to be someone. Someone would be William, because they wouldn't just make a random person die and then put them in the endoskeleton. That makes no sense. So it has to be William. But then why does William go from being more beefy, if that makes sense, more stuff, more protection, to just Scraptrap, and then to Burntrap, and then makes himself more powerful? That's gotta have to be an unsolved mystery. I already had that as an unsolved, but I didn't even think about Burntrap. Springtrap needs his own dedicated, like, 30-minute unsolved mystery just about him, questions about him. Because how does this work? How does this work? I don't know. Scraptrap's smaller than Burntrap and Springtrap, so how did he fit in there? Maybe Springtrap was burned and then shrunk into a small Springtrap, then he got taller and fair. I think maybe someone else's body is in Burntrap. But then the whole question would be, whose body? I don't know. I can't tell if they're smaller. Is Scraptrap smaller? Because, you know, we don't know the sizes. Like right here, just looking at these images like this on Google, they look the exact same. Yeah, I don't know how you can check the sizes. Because I don't know. I don't actually know if Scraptrap is smaller. I don't know. Food for thought. Yeah. So that was the FNAF talk. I hope you guys enjoyed. Well, I don't know why. I just felt like streaming today. Ended up uploading a short, uploading a full video, and then streaming as well. Just a full jam-packed day of content from me. And I also did a whole second channel video. I finished it as well. I don't know why. I was in a content mood today, I guess. But, yeah. And obviously, as you can tell, I have more to think about with FNAF. And I'll be honest with you guys, you could probably tell throughout this live stream, the sun has been rising. It is very early in the morning. So, for health reasons, I should probably go now. But, yeah. This is a lot of getting sidetracked here, but have we figured out how far in the future FNAF security breaches from FNAF 3? FNAF 3, 2023. Then after that is FNAF 6, which we don't know how long in the future that is as well. Yeah, we don't even know FNAF 6's time. People say it's like 2025 just because that's a good number. And then I think FNAF has said it's 2030, right? Or 2035, something like that. Okay, I'll definitely stream more often now, because YouTube did the best thing they could have ever done, which is have videos, shorts, and lives in completely different sections. So now I don't have to unlist this live stream. I can just leave this live stream, because now it's here. You guys can just enjoy it here, and it's not cluttered with the rest of the videos. They did the best thing they could have done. It's amazing. I'm gonna stream a lot more now. I'm gonna upload a lot more shorts now, because the reason I didn't do it as often was because it was cluttering this stuff and was making it look dumb. My OCD killed me, but now it's all normal and perfect. So now a lot more streams will happen. I'll make sure I stream with like a purpose though, like that sounds so weird, but isn't like I'll have a topic I'm streaming. It won't just be random. I'll probably do some random talking every now and then, just talking with you guys. But I'll try and think of like live stream topics, just things I can do while live streaming. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Try to Google the size. Yeah, I don't think anyone can know unless they, they can't know, because even the models would be a bit. Because like almost everything's different with these two characters, and then everything's different with this third one as well. Whatever, FNAF's annoying. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I'll catch you guys whenever I stream next or upload next, which should be next week. If it takes longer, the week after, and then the long Marvel time will be after that, and then end of the year, and then a lot more FNAF content coming up next year. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, go rewatch the other video to help it out, rewatch the short, do whatever you want, I don't care. I'm going to bed. Bye guys. Have a good day, night, whatever it is for you guys.